Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today we're playing Anime Power Defense, and we're going to be showcasing Nami. Now, Nami is the newest farm unit that has been added to the game as of late, and the thing about her is that she's going to be one of those farm units that are expensive, but also give off a lot more whenever it comes down to worth. So it really just comes down to what are you like, what kind of content are you tackling? Is that content going to need someone like Nami? And with someone like Nami, the only issue with this character, right, is the fact that she's really hard to start up. So I have to start off with a really good starter like Minato. Minato's cheap. He doesn't take a lot to max out, and he has very high SPA. So he can attack very quickly. So now we're going to work on Nami. She's way expensive, like a lot expensive compared to Trunks. So if you are doing like story and stuff like that, and you feel like you need that extra bit of money, if you don't have a good starter unit, then obviously Trunks would definitely be the method. But whenever it comes down to, I would say, it's say if they add raids and you have like a lot of high paying units that require a lot of money to get started, then obviously that would be the move to get like Nami. But you could only put down one of her. So you'd have to do like Trunks, then Nami. But it really just depends. It depends on the content that we get in the future and stuff like that, and seeing how far they really take it in that regard. So as you can see, Nami now started up with decent stats, by the way. She has decent stats right now. And I know a lot of people are like, does she attack people? It's not noticeable. So even if like you do want to say she attacks people, it's so unnoticeable to the point where I don't even care if she's over here, because she doesn't really, it doesn't feel like she's attacking anybody. In that regard, characters that did get an attack buff, so to speak, has to definitely be Kisame. Kisame right here, as you can see, he does have the AoE now, so he could hit more units than just one. He's so cheap and he has a very low SPA. He's just really up there right now, way better than Pain in that regard. So we're just going to put down 3 Kisames, about just enough in the difference of each other so they can hit characters that the other one has missed before. So, as you can see, now they're going to work in tandem to pretty much slowly crowd control the entire plane. Now, the difference is, yes, if you run something like chains or anything like that, you could get the same effect. The only difference is this is a far more consistent effect that could even be boosted based off of if you could get his SPA to triple S's, then you could be probably looking at 3 to 4 seconds worth of SPA, making Kisame the fastest CC unit in the game, literally just stun locking these characters, these bosses, even with his ridiculous range. As you can see, he's got 42 right now. He's got balanced stats across the board, so this is not a SS plus or an S plus character. This is just like how do you say? This is a character that just has basic stats, and he's just showing off. As you can see with that AoE, it does cover a lot of ground here, and it's helping with a lot of the characters that are showing up and stuff like that. So we're just going to go ahead and show off a little bit here with Burris. Let's go ahead and throw Burris down. Burris is going to be helpful as well. We got to get that damage in. I still have not gotten the appropriate stats for Burris as of this moment, but that is okay because, it does take a little bit of farming. I have been a little busy, and I've been waiting for these very specific units to drop. The only issue is I had my game on auto delete, so I accidentally auto deleted Guts like twice. So I gotta like get a little more money and then wait for him to show up in the banner, because he has not been showing up in the banner as often as I'd like to. I've seen a lot more Burris, I've seen a lot more Gojo, I've seen almost no Guts, which is very annoying. We did get one Nami though, which as you can see, she is doing her job. Is she better than Trunks in any way? I think Trunks is a lot cheaper and easier to get started compared to Nami. So if you are a new player, I would consider getting Trunks first, because Trunks is going to be a much better starter unit for you, and it's going to be way more easier to get started compared to Trunks. I mean, compared to Nami. Okay, so with the second half of this video, I wanted to instead take Trunks and show you guys micromanaging on the second hardest infinite mode, because the first hardest right now is a little overtuned right now. Everyone knows it. The infinite mode for the Cursed Temple is a little too hard, so we're going to do infinite mode, hard mode here instead for the Dragon Ball stage, and I'm going to showcase micromanaging with a character like Trunks instead to show off his capabilities in total. and show off that he's very, very useful in the, what do you call it, as a micromanaging character compared to Nami. Because we kind of like want to focus on this. We kind of want to give him a little bit of love here and there, kind of boost him a little bit more, and then kind of focus on him as much as we can before the levels stop. As you can see, now we got to focus back on Minato. And now we have enough money to give to Minato to actually help him work a lot more. And especially for a cheaper unit like Minato, it's not hard to get him working as a starter unit. So compared to other units, Minato is definitely up there whenever it comes to in that regard. Now, what we are looking for is we are looking for character timing. Character timing is very, very important. If the character is, if the round is about to end, then that's when we have to give the money to the lowest unit and then max out the units as soon as possible. As you can see, maxing them out is going to be helping us quite a bit. Now we're going to have 1 maxed out Trunks. We're going to aim for 2 maxed out Trunks. And I think we could get away with it here because of how cheap Minato is. We're going to be able to put down another one about... Actually, nah. Instead, let's go ahead and put down Beerus here. And go ahead and go towards the early game Beerus, not Supernova yet. Max out Trunks. Now we have a maxed out Trunks. Now we have Beerus who's doing his first attack at a lower cooldown. We do want to aim towards Supernova though, because of the fact that Supernova gets the biggest range possible, which is going to be incredibly helpful. As you can see, boom, now Beerus is doing the work here. And now we could actually take Minato, sell him, put him in a better spot like about right here. My bad for putting him in like the worst possible spot for a Minato. You kind of want him to go up and down the lane. Same thing with next to him. We want to go ahead and fill up those slots right there. As you can see, micromanaging, we already got him before we even maxed out Nami in the last round, so we don't have to worry about her. And now we got to focus on Minato a little bit. And like I said, Kisame is just doing amazing right now. So by the end of this video is just going to be a maxed out team with Kisame. And with Kisame's maxed out team, we're going to be talking about his potential as a endgame character. Let's see. So we're going to max out Beerus here. And we're going to try to get 3 maxed out Beeruses. Beerus doesn't really matter when it comes down to the end game as much, I would say. Hang on. Trying to get my charger real quick. There we go. We are on 2x speed and auto skip, so that just shows you that we are good. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to focus on getting Gojo down right here on the corner. We do have some very strong contenders over here, and they're not going to be a problem at all very, very soon. We're going to disable VFX right here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Let's max out Gojo here. I don't have max stats on Gojo or Beerus, so that's kind of harsh. But we will showcase Kisame now. So with Kisame, obviously whenever you're using a character like Kisame, you want to target the strongest, and you want to get him to maxed out Water Prison. So now he's going to be able to shut down those guys who are way too powerful right now. And we're going to do that here as well. And we're going to do that, and then the strongest here. So now we're going to get them juggled. We're going to get them in a juggling motion with a little bit of a difference right here. Not really that big of a difference because we're taking a corner here. So here we go. Now you're going to see the major difference in gameplay. As you can see, boom, they're getting juggled. They're getting absolutely juggled. With a lower SPA Kisame and a farther distance, this guy could even be more broken. Damage does not matter for this character. If I had another slot, then I would actually be able to be doing even more damage with, say, like Uryu or maybe Yuha, but I don't know. Yuha's not that crazy to me. I think that I would run Goku Black or... Who's another good character? Uryu, Goku Black, maybe even the other guy. I forgot his name, but he only does like 1,000. So he doesn't really cover this like level of strength right now. So as you can see, Kisame's doing an amazing job. We're about to get to wave 30, which means the first boss. And with the amount of damage we're going to need to actually get these guys is going to be very, very crazy. Another thing I do recommend once you get further into here, if you're using a lane unit, you want to target the last unit. here and here and right here. As you can see, this will target the last unit, and they will all get hit right here in this corner. So no matter what, they're all going to be taking that damage. We have Gojo and we have Beerus on the offensive, so we don't have to worry about those guys at all. And it's just like some really, really broken gameplay right here. If you have even stronger units than me with a lower SPA Kisame, you can do an infinite juggle and never have to worry about this ever again. So that's very, very good. The end of this video, we're just going to like kind of go off into the ending, talking about like, how do you say, just seeing how far we could really get with this team. So for those who don't want to stick around to see the end game for this build, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. Stay notified on all future videos. I will see you guys later. Indeed, we are just going to go ahead and just see the full potential of Kisame. We're looking at a character that has 117,000 HP. That is crazy. We are still going to leave the Minatos targeting the back lane so we can do as much back-end damage as possible, because it's obvious that the Kisames are going to be focusing on that front. And the the Beeruses, if they had higher damage, then we wouldn't be worried as much. But my Beeruses are still a little underpowered compared to overpowered. So as you can see, Beerus is still only doing that 700, not that like ridiculous damage that he could be doing with that large AoE. So right here, we are kind of cooked. All right. Well, that's about it. Take it easy, dudes. Peace out.